Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Daniel, and I am really happy you are here with us today.
Hi, everyone. I am Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
So, Sarah, today we are talking about self awareness, and I am curious, do you think you are self aware?
Yes, I think so.
You do not sound very sure.
Well, I know myself. I know what I like and what I do not like. Is that self awareness?
That is part of it, but self awareness is deeper than that. Let me ask you this. When you get angry, do you know why you are angry?
What do you mean? If someone does something annoying, I get angry. That is why.
Okay, so you think the other person causes your anger.
Yes, obviously.
And this is where most people misunderstand self awareness. They think their emotions come from outside, from other people, from situations. But actually, your emotions come from inside, from your thoughts and your past experiences.
Wait, wait. You are saying when someone is rude to me and I get angry, that is not because they were rude? That is because of me?
Exactly. Two people can experience the same rude person. One person gets very angry, another person does not care at all. Why?
Because they have different personalities?
Yes, but more specifically, they have different thoughts about the situation, different interpretations, different triggers.
Triggers. That is a word I hear a lot. What does it mean exactly?
Good question. A trigger is something that activates a strong emotional reaction in you, usually because it connects to something from your past.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine someone criticizes your work. You feel terrible for 3 days. You cannot stop thinking about it. But your colleague gets the same criticism and forgets about it in 5 minutes.
Okay, so
So the criticism itself is not the problem. The problem is that criticism triggers something in you. Maybe when you were a child, your parents criticized you a lot. So now, any criticism feels like a huge attack.
oh, that makes sense. So being self-aware means knowing what your triggers are?
That is a big part of it. Self aware people notice their emotional reactions and ask why. They do not just react, they observe themselves reacting.
That sounds complicated.
It is a skill. You have to practice. But once you develop it, your life gets much easier. Because you stop being controlled by your emotions, you understand them. And when you understand something, you have power over it.
Okay, I want this power. How do I become more self-aware?
First, you need to start paying attention to yourself. Most people are completely distracted. They move through life on autopilot.
Autopilot. That means doing things automatically without thinking?
Exactly. You wake up, check your phone, drink coffee, go to work, come home, watch TV, sleep. Every day the same. You are not really present. You are not really noticing.
Wait, that is literally my life. Are you watching me?
No, but this is how most people live. They are physically here but mentally somewhere else. Always thinking about the past or the future, never actually experiencing the present moment.
Okay, so how do I stop being on autopilot?
You pause. Throughout the day, you take small moments to check in with yourself.
Check in with myself? What does that mean?
It means you ask yourself questions. How am I feeling right now? What am I thinking? What is my body doing? Am I tense? Am I relaxed?
And I just ask myself these questions out loud?
You can ask silently in your mind. The point is to interrupt the autopilot, to bring your attention back to yourself.
How often should I do this?
Start with 3 times a day: morning, afternoon, evening. Set a reminder on your phone if you need to. Just pause for 30 seconds and notice yourself.
That seems easy.
It is simple, but not easy. You will forget constantly. Your mind will resist. But keep trying.
Okay, I will try. What else?
Here is an important practice: journaling.
Oh no, I am terrible at journaling. I buy a nice notebook, I write for 2 days, then I never touch it again.
You are not alone. Many people do this. But here is the thing: you are thinking about journaling wrong.
What do you mean?
You think journaling means writing beautiful, long entries about your day. Dear diary, today I had a wonderful breakfast. That is not what I am talking about.
Then what kind of journaling?
Self-awareness journaling. You write short, specific observations about your emotions and behaviors.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, today I snapped at my coworker. I felt irritated. Why? Because I was hungry and tired. I notice I always get irritable when I skip lunch.
Oh, so I am looking for patterns?
Exactly. You are becoming a detective of your own mind. You are noticing what makes you angry, what makes you happy, what makes you shut down.
That actually sounds interesting.
It is fascinating. You start to see patterns you never noticed before. Oh, I always feel anxious on Sunday evenings. Oh, I always eat junk food when I am stressed. Oh, I always avoid difficult conversations.
And once I see the patterns, then what?
Then you can change them. But you cannot change what you do not see. This is why self awareness comes first, before any change.
Okay, so I check in with myself 3 times a day and I journal about my patterns. What else?
You need to learn to name your emotions accurately.
What do you mean? I know my emotions happy, sad, angry.
Those are very basic. Most people have a limited emotional vocabulary. They feel something uncomfortable and they just say, I am stressed or I am upset.
Is that wrong?
It is not wrong, but it is not specific. And specificity matters. There is a big difference between feeling anxious and feeling disappointed, between feeling frustrated and feeling resentful.
Wait, what is the difference between frustrated and resentful?
Good question. Frustrated means you are blocked from doing something you want to do. You feel stuck. Resentful means you feel bitter towards someone because you think they treated you unfairly.
Oh, those are different.
Very different. And when you can name the exact emotion, you understand yourself better. You can address the real issue.
So, how do I learn more emotion words?
There are emotion wheels you can find online. They show dozens of different emotions organized by category. Print one out. When you feel something, look at the wheel and find the most accurate word.
That is actually really helpful. Okay, what else?
Here is a big one. You need to notice your patterns in relationships.
What do you mean?
Think about your friendships and romantic relationships. Do you notice any patterns? Do you always date the same type of person? Do you always have the same arguments?
Hmm. You know what? I do notice something. I always become friends with people who need help, like people with problems.
Interesting. And how does that work out?
Not great, actually. I help them a lot. I listen to them, I give advice, but then I feel tired and resentful because the friendship is not balanced.
Exactly. This is a pattern. You are attracted to people who need rescuing. Maybe this makes you feel valuable, but it exhausts you.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
This is self awareness. You see your pattern clearly. Now you can choose differently. You can look for friendships that are more balanced.
But how do I change a pattern I have had for years?
Slowly. First, awareness. You are aware now. Second, you catch yourself when you start doing it again. Oh, I am doing that thing again where I try to rescue someone. Third, you make a different choice.
What if the different choice feels uncomfortable?
It will feel uncomfortable. Change always does. Your old pattern feels comfortable because it is familiar, even if it does not work.
That is weird. Why would I keep doing something that does not work?
Because humans prefer the familiar over the unknown, we would rather stay in a situation we understand, even if it is bad, than risk something new.
That is frustrating.
It is. But once you are aware of this, you can push through the discomfort.
Okay, I want to ask about something. What about the things I do not want to see about myself? Like my flaws?
Ah, this is the hardest part of self awareness facing your shadow.
My shadow?
Your shadow is the parts of yourself you hide or deny, the parts you do not like, the parts you are ashamed of.
Like what?
Like maybe you think you are a kind person, but actually sometimes you are judgmental. Or you think you are confident, but actually you are insecure and covering it up. Or you think you are generous, but actually you keep score of what you give.
Ouch. That hurts to hear.
I know, nobody wants to see their shadow, but self aware people are willing to look at the uncomfortable truth.
Why? Why would I want to see my flaws?
Because if you do not see them, you cannot change them. and they will keep causing problems in your life.
Okay, but how do I look at my shadow without feeling terrible about myself?
This is key. You have to separate observation from judgment.
What does that mean?
Observation means you notice something about yourself without making it mean anything about your worth. I notice I get jealous sometimes. That is an observation. Judgment means you make it mean something bad about you. I get jealous, therefore I am a terrible person.
Oh, I do the judgment thing all the time.
Most people do. But self aware people practice compassionate observation. They notice their flaws with curiosity, not cruelty.
Compassionate observation. I like that phrase.
It is important. You cannot grow if you are constantly beating yourself up. You need to be honest but kind.
This is hard.
It is. Here is another technique that helps. Ask other people for feedback.
Oh no, that sounds terrifying.
It is uncomfortable. But other people see things about us that we cannot see. We have blind spots.
Blind spots?
Yes, blind spots are behaviors or traits you have but you are not aware of. Like maybe you interrupt people a lot, but you do not realize it. Or maybe you come across as cold, but you think you are just being professional.
How do I ask people for feedback without it being weird?
You choose someone you trust, a close friend or family member, and you say something like, I am trying to become more self aware. Can you tell me something I do that bothers you or that I might not realize I am doing?
And then they will tell me?
If they are a good friend, yes. But you have to promise not to get defensive.
Defensive means arguing or making excuses?
Exactly. When someone gives you feedback and you immediately say, no, I do not do that, or you did this to me first, that is being defensive.
Okay, so I just listen?
Yes. Listen, thank them, and think about what they said. You do not have to agree with everything, but at least consider it.
That takes a lot of courage.
It does. But this is how you grow. You cannot see yourself completely. You need outside perspectives.
Okay, I have another question. What about therapy? Does therapy help with self awareness?
Therapy is one of the best tools for self awareness. A good therapist helps you see patterns you cannot see alone. They ask questions you would not think to ask yourself.
Have you done therapy?
Yes, and I learned so much about myself, things I was completely blind to.
Like what?
Like I realized I avoid conflict because I saw my parents fight a lot as a child. So now, as an adult, anytime there is tension, I shut down or change the subject. I did not know I was doing this until my therapist pointed it out.
And now that you know?
Now I can work on it. I can notice when I am avoiding conflict and push myself to stay in the conversation.
That is powerful.
It is. But again, you have to be willing to see uncomfortable truths.
Okay, so we have talked about checking in with yourself, journaling, naming emotions, noticing patterns in relationships, facing your shadow, and asking for feedback. What else?
Here is something practical. Notice your physical reactions.
What do you mean?
Your body gives you information about your emotions. When you are anxious, maybe your chest feels tight. When you are angry, maybe your jaw clenches. When you are sad, maybe your shoulders drop.
Oh, that is interesting. So my body is telling me things?
Yes, your body often knows before your mind does. If you pay attention to physical sensations, you can catch emotions early.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, let us say you are in a meeting and someone criticizes your idea. You notice your face getting hot and your hands making fists. If you are self aware, you recognize these are signs of anger. You can then pause and decide how to respond instead of just reacting.
So I use my body as a signal?
Exactly. Your body is always giving you signals. Most people ignore them until the emotion is overwhelming.
I think I do that. I ignore how I am feeling until I explode.
Very common. But you can change this. Start noticing small sensations throughout the day.
Okay, I will try. What about meditation? Does meditation help with self awareness?
Yes, meditation is excellent for self awareness. It trains you to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them.
I have tried meditation. I could not do it. My mind would not stop thinking.
That is normal. Everyone's mind is busy. The point is not to stop thinking, The point is to notice that you are thinking.
What is the difference?
When you are not meditating, you are inside your thoughts. You believe every thought. But when you meditate, you step back and watch your thoughts like you are watching clouds pass by.
That sounds nice, but how do I actually do it?
Start with just 5 minutes. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Notice your breath. When a thought comes, do not fight it. Just notice it. Oh, there is a thought about work. Oh, there is a thought about dinner. Then return your attention to your breath.
And this helps with self awareness. How?
Because you realize you are not your thoughts, you are the one observing your thoughts. This creates space. Space to choose how you respond instead of automatically reacting.
That is deep.
It is, and it is powerful. 5 minutes a day can change how you relate to yourself.
Okay, I am going to try it. What about when I notice something about myself I want to change? How do I actually change it?
Good question. Awareness is the first step, but change requires more. It requires deciding what you want instead.
What do you mean?
Let us say you notice you complain a lot. Awareness means you see this pattern, but to change it, you need a replacement behavior. What do you want to do instead of complaining?
Um, Maybe express gratitude?
Perfect. So now, every time you catch yourself about to complain, you pause and find something to appreciate instead.
That sounds hard.
It is at first, but it gets easier. You are retraining your brain.
How long does it take to change a pattern?
It depends. Some people say 21 days to form a new habit, but for deep patterns, it can take months. The key is consistency and self compassion.
Self compassion. We keep coming back to that.
Because it is essential. You cannot hate yourself into changing. You have to be kind to yourself while you grow.
Okay, I want to ask something personal. Do you ever get frustrated with yourself when you notice your patterns?
All the time. Just last week, I noticed myself doing something I have been working on for years. And I thought, really? I am still doing this?
What did you do?
I reminded myself that growth is not linear. Some days I do better. Some days I slip back. That is normal. That is human.
That makes me feel better. I thought self aware people had it all figured out.
No, self aware people just know they do not have it all figured out, and they are okay with that.
That is refreshing.
So here is what I want everyone listening to understand. Self awareness is not a destination, it is a practice. You do it every day. Some days you see clearly, some days you are blind. Both are okay.
I like that. It feels less pressuring.
Good. Because pressure kills growth. Curiosity creates growth.
Curiosity. That is a good word for this.
Yes. Be curious about yourself. Not judgmental, not harsh, just curious. Why do I do that? What does that tell me? What can I learn here?
Okay, let me summarize what we talked about. To become more self aware, I should check in with myself throughout the day, journal about my patterns, learn to name my emotions accurately, notice my relationship patterns, face my shadow with compassion, ask for feedback, pay attention to my body, try meditation, and be curious instead of judgmental.
Perfect summary. And remember, you do not have to do all of this at once. Pick one or two practices and start there.
I think I will start with checking in with myself 3 times a day and journaling a little bit each night.
That is a great start. And be patient. Self awareness develops slowly over time.
Okay, thank you for this conversation. I feel like I learned a lot.
You are welcome. And to everyone listening, I encourage you to start this journey. Self awareness will change your life.
Yes, it is uncomfortable but so worth it. You will understand yourself in ways you never have before.
Thank you so much for listening today, everyone. We hope this conversation helps you on your path to self awareness.
Take care of yourselves and be kind to yourselves. Growth takes time.
Goodbye for now, and good luck on your journey.
Goodbye, and see you next time.